Hi, I'm Jill Chivers from Shop Your Wardrobe.
And I'm Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style. Today we're going to talk about two things, and we actually think they're related. One is, how many prints should you have in your wardrobe? What percentage of prints should be in your wardrobe?
Yeah.
And then, heroes versus supporting acts. How many heroes you need in wardrobe versus how many supporting acts you need. And I actually think they're quite related.
Absolutely.
Because often prints are heroes.
Yes.
But prints aren't always heroes. So we just had a quick skim around my wardrobe, which we're in. We kind of went, probably about a quarter of my wardrobe has maybe some print elements. Now, not all of them are heroes. For example, I'm just going to grab this striped top. It's not a hero print.
Right.
It may be a print, but it's not a hero.
Yeah.
Versus if I grabbed, I would say that this print, because it's bolder, acts as more of a hero. But it's not a really out there hero, and I would potentially wear it with a statement necklace.
Right, okay, yeah.
Or a scarf or something. That I would happily add this to another hero.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would absolutely wear this with something else that was patterned quite happily.
Yeah.
So I think that when you're thinking about heroes, but if I was wearing something, okay, this is a much bolder hero print.
Yeah.
I wouldn't add extra big heroes to this.
Yeah.
To me, this really is a statement all on its own.
Yeah. But this idea of how do you create a working wardrobe and how do you get the right balance of things is really important, because if you get that balance wrong, you can end up with a how can I have all these clothes but nothing to wear feeling, which is really, really frustrating. And the idea that you've either got too many heroes or too many prints, so that
they don't go together.
Yeah, and then it becomes just an exercise in sort of algorithmic, sort of mathematical ability to try and make it all work in the morning. And you want your wardrobing to be really seamless and easy.
Yeah. So, like Jill's wardrobe, she's got a lot of animal print, and she'd say it's more than half.
Yeah.
But because Jill has said before that she wears her animal print as if it was a neutral.
Yes.
So it's not always the hero. Sometimes it's the hero, but sometimes not. Now today, if you hold up your hands and your wrists, we've got some animal prints here as a statement ring and a bracelet. In fact, we've got a little bit of and a necklace there.
Yeah.
But they're more delicate heroes.
Yeah.
And in fact, the jacket, the fur jacket we've got on here, is kind of almost stands out as the hero of the outfit.
Yeah.
Then we've got basic top, basic pants on with those things.
Yeah.
So this is where we can have some patterns, and we might wear, because when we're repeating the same pattern, it might not feel quite so hero. And because so many animal prints are in neutrals, they don't feel as obvious as something like this.
Yeah.
Because this is real hero, and that's why this doesn't feel so hero, because it's in neutrals.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you would wear that more as a neutral, I suppose.
I would wear a neutral. A stripe is what I would call something that you can wear as a neutral.
Yeah.
It pretty much becomes a neutral. It becomes more of a supporting act rather than the star in your wardrobe, unless it's really big and bold.
Right. And the other thing too about my wardrobe, which some of you might be able to apply to yours, is that I wear my print, leopard print, every day. And so for that reason, having more of it makes sense, because it's a daily thing. Now, whether it's just in accessories, and more likely than not, it isn't an item of clothing. So I'm wearing a top, bottom, skirt, whatever it is, but it's somewhere there in an item of clothing.
So you need more.
Yeah, well, yeah, theoretically you need more. But yeah, it certainly makes sense.
It needs to be a larger percentage of your wardrobe because it's something that's being worn, versus I will often wear, plain top, plain a jacket. I might wear plain pants. I'll often wear actually a patterned skirt.
Yes.
And I like to do that because I like to, like maybe the hero not next to my face. It allows me then to wear a statement necklace.
Yes.
That's a bit further away from that other print.
And you do your layering top things
and I do
really
a layering
well as
tops
well.
too, particularly in winter. I like to layer up tops. So it allows me to feel like I'm wearing different things, because I can go, today I'm going to wear this skirt with pink and blue, and another day I'll wear it with green and yellow.
Yeah.
And I can then use that as that basis.
And you get a lot of variety out of your pattern skirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, this is where it may be a hero skirt, but it's not all, you know, it allows me more freedom. But without having those plain items, I'd have nothing to wear with them.
Absolutely, you need sort of the canvas on which this sort of wonderful piece of wearable art, or the hero piece, can be placed and can be seen. Otherwise, very few people can wear that hero, and some people
Yes.
can, but very few people. Otherwise, I think it's confusing to the eye, and I think most of us prefer to have sort of one focal point in that regard, which means you need less of them, but you need enough of them.
And two, there's that element of a large hero with a smaller hero. I mean, in a movie, we've got a hero and a heroine. They're both important characters usually.
Yeah, right.
So, so often we might have, you know, a couple of heroes, but one will often be more dominating than the other.
Yeah, right.
And then we need those basics, otherwise it's hard to put things together.
Yeah.
So, and I also think too, with how many heroes you're wearing at a time, or how many heroes you might have in your wardrobe, will be based also on, in ways, both your personality.
Absolutely.
So the more dramatic you are and the more creative you are,
Absolutely.
you're more likely to wear more heroes at a time.
Yeah.
The more you are feminine, relaxed, or classic, the more it'll be more subtle. It'll be, you know, if you're very classic, one hero is plenty at any one time.
And that may or may not be a print. That may be a piece of jewellery.
It could be a piece of jewellery, or it could just be a bolder colour.
Right.
Versus two, then there's scale of you.
Yes.
So the taller you are, that more large scale, the more I think you're like a large room, you can put more in there.
Right.
You can have many more heroes.
Yeah.
If you are petite, you're a small room.
Yeah.
And then you need to scale it back. Otherwise, you will look cluttered and overdone.
Yes.
Unless your personality is, I mean, I look at Iris Apfel. She is a tiny woman, wears masses of, I mean, she wears so many heroes at the same time.
Yeah.
But that is because she's incredibly dramatic in her personality, incredibly creative.
She's like the Academy Awards where all the stars are there at once. You just go, oh, there's just so many stars.
She is unusual.
She is.
She's a unique.
She is a one-off.
Yeah. But most of us would go, particularly petites, will go, you know, I can't wear too much. It just swamps me.
Yeah, and there's a practical element of that. I mean, all that amber around your neck, she says herself, I have to go home within 30 minutes to take it all off.
You know,
and for most of us who are working and driving and doing grocery shopping and picking children up, I mean, that kind of look just is very difficult to maintain on a daily basis.
And even working out what your heroes are. So for some people will say, I really like, so the bracelet that Jill's wearing, I find these sort of bracelets very uncomfortable because for me, when I'm on the computer a lot, they get in the way.
Right.
So I might not do that. This is why for me a necklace is good. Often a scarf.
Yeah.
I kind of go, oh, it feels a bit flappy. If I'm running about,
Yes.
it can feel a bit flappy.
Yeah.
Or if I'm trying to cook or something, I'll take it off because it's in the way.
Right.
But this is why for me a necklace is a good one. But I know, you know, when my kids were young, grabby little hands and necklaces don't go together.
Right, yes.
Unless it's one of those teething necklaces.
Yeah,
So,
right.
But and earrings, you don't want your earrings pulled out of your ears. So, you know, and this is why, so it could be a hair accessory or it could be, you know, a ring or, you know, like there's all
Or a
sorts
colourful
of
handbag.
Yeah. Or great shoes. You might have some colourful hero
Yeah.
shoes. Or this is where the print in an outfit becomes the hero.
Yeah, it does so much work for you. That's one of the things I love about prints is it just does so much work for you. It adds the drama, it can add some creativity, particularly if it's in something like a dress. You've got the whole thing in one and it really simplifies dressing so that, you know, I can feel like I'm stylishly put together by my own terms relatively quickly and easily and simply. And that's really important to me because I don't want to fiddle around with my look for hours in the morning. I don't have the time for that.
So when you think about how many heroes, how many prints, really it's your personality. Are you a print person or not a print person?
Yes, that's a good point.
You know, so classics and relaxed are much lower on the likelihood of having prints at all. And if they are, they're just probably a strike or maybe a check.
Yeah.
Versus a dramatic is much more likely to own prints. But some dramatics just go, I don't like prints, but I like bold colours.
Yes.
Or, you know, feminists might go, I really like softness, but I don't like flowers. Or, you know, here I've got little birdies on. Yeah. It's very feminine. And it gives a hero, but this is quite a subtle scarf. It's not a really in-your-face sort of hero.
It's really lovely.
So different personalities will absolutely have different numbers of prints, different sorts of prints, and different volumes in their wardrobe.
And I know too, my animal print love started when I was still in the corporate world, and I had much less of it because I had much less occasion to wear it. So it depends on what your work and your life is about as well as to where prints and heroes fit in. As
Yes.
you know, there's no point building a huge wardrobe of prints and heroes if there's no occasion to wear them.
Or that if you just go, they're not work appropriate sort of prints.
Absolutely.
So hopefully it's given you an idea that there's no one number.
No.
We can't give you a formula for
Yes.
I must have, but you'll want to think that you probably need a few more supporting acts than you do heroes.
Yeah,
just
as a
that-
proportion.
As a proportion, so you can put
Yeah.
your whole outfit together.
Yes.
And then it's the what sort of things do I like?
Yeah.
And what sort of personality am I? Because your personality is going to really influence
And,
what
you know-
you choose and how much of it you choose.
Sorry about that. That said, I think it's perfectly okay if you want to put a number on it. If for those of us who want to quantify, or people who are analytical who might want to say, I do want to go for a sort of a 1/3, 2/3. I think that's perfectly okay as well. You can do that for yourself if that meets your particular
Yes.
needs. That helps you with both the creating of a working wardrobe and the curating of that working wardrobe. If that's a helpful thing, I know people who do keep spreadsheets. That's
Yes.
really helpful to them, including percentage worn of things. Some people, I mean, that might be overly analytical for some people, but however you need to do it, I think is okay
Yes.
to make sure your wardrobe is working for you.
So if you are going to bring more prints in, have a look at what you're wearing and which the sorts of prints I get the most wear out of, because that might be something that will tell you more about your personal style that you might not have realised before.
Yeah.